Hey everybody, welcome to StarsGlitter's podcast where I believe everyone is a star. I hope you all are doing well and are safe wherever you are in the world. Today's episode of Stars Glitter podcast is going to be an intriguing one as it was for me when I heard about this UFO sighting, which is not from the US, the UK, or say Europe, or even say China or Russia, but this comes from where I live, which is India, and it's way back from 1945. And I'm pretty sure that you haven't heard about this UFO sighting anywhere else, first here on my channel. So let's get started. The year is 1945, and I believe the Second World War was in its final stages. And we all know, we've heard about numerous sightings from around the world around this point in time in history, and which ignited a spark sort of a thing in me, where I wanted to know whether there were any sightings from India. So I started this casual conversation with this person who was a little 6-year-old girl then in 1945 and who is in her mid 80s presently. And that's how I came to know about this sighting. Frankly speaking, was not expecting that such a sighting did exist. And as I told you, this started off as a casual conversation. So I asked her if she remembers or has even heard anything about flying saucer, to which she replied in her mother tongue or in her language that she speaks by saying that it was a parakum tatte. Parakum tatte in Tamil means a flying saucer, or as we know now them as UFOs or UAPs. So here's what the little 6-year-old girl saw way back in that evening of 1945. This little 6-year-old girl hears a commotion outside in the street in her village, and she runs quickly out of her home. And what she sees is that all her neighbors have gathered and they are pointing something out there in the sky, which draws her attention quickly. And she too looks at the sky, and what she sees is what she described to me. What she saw was a disc shaped, which is the typical uh, depiction of how a flying saucer looks like, or what people have spotted previously in the past. And that's what this little 6-year-old girl also saw. She saw a brown colored, I'm hearing that for the first time. I've never heard about anything anywhere about how it what color it was, but this little 6-year-old girl tells me that it was brown in color and that it was a disc shaped object, and it was hovering steadily at the height of the clouds. And I asked her whether she was afraid of what she was witnessing. To that, she very calmly replied that she wasn't afraid, and she thought that it was just like any other uh, other object that if they even saw. And she really wasn't afraid of what she was witnessing. Before she could continue, she says the flying saucer just vanished into thin air, and this was the only time that she saw this flying saucer. So I hope you liked today's episode of Stars Glitters podcast. And if you have your story to be shared here, please do that in comments. I'll be happy to know. And if you have anything to share from any of your friends or of your parents to whom there are children who are born late, and if they have their own experiences, you can share there also here in the comment section below. So coming to the surprising part, or to who this person was, let me tell you, the little 6-year-old girl and the person who is now in her mid 80s is none other than my mother. Yes, the person or the little girl who saw the flying saucer over her village is none other than my mother. So I believe and I hope you also like this surprise at the end. I'll make sure that I come up with such interesting anecdotes and stories from the past in the future on my channel. So if you have liked this episode of Stars Glitters podcast, go ahead and subscribe to my channel, hit that like button, and please share this video and also spread the word about the channel. And yes, everyone is a star. I'll see you in my next episode. Thanks for watching.